Okay. Coach Jerrod Calhoun, Coach, if you just want to open up with thoughts on the next game.
Yeah, my hat goes off to UC San Diego. I know Derek quite a few years. Great coach. He's got a veteran team, a lot of cohesion, a lot of Division II guys that play a little chip on their shoulder. And, unfortunately for us, we just didn't make shots, and they had a lot to do with it. So my hat goes off to them. One area I thought we'd be better is rebounding. And that's how you know they played really well, because they've been even for the year. So give them a lot of credit. I've been saying it for 48 hours. It's the best team we've played, and I don't know if anybody believed me, but I've been here for 2 days straight trying to figure them out, and I think they're really good.
You mentioned not being able to make shots. First half, you guys were able to make a lot of shots. Second half, they just stopped falling. Was that?
Yeah, I mean, you got to give them credit. I think they just really outplayed us the last 5 minutes. They play a matchup zone similar to ours, which is kind of strange that we couldn't figure it out. We see it every day for the last 6 months, but it is a little bit different. It's a little more man than zone. We're 8 of 28. I thought we got a lot of good looks. Ian really struggled tonight. I thought he had some good looks. Foul trouble certainly hurt him. But positive was Dayton Albury, and a negative was Drake Allen. I'm not sure what happened to the shoulder, but it was out of the socket, so hopefully we'll get him back. But the doubters and the hate will come in, as you guys know, and some of you guys will probably write it, and that's okay. That's your job. But you got to have some humility. When you win, when you lose, it's about what can you learn from this experience. And to me, it was a really, really difficult matchup. This is a team that if they make the NCAA tournament, which I think they will be a 13 seed playing a 4, and it'd be an absolute nightmare. They got 5 guys on the floor that can pass, catch, shoot. They're old, they're experienced, and they got a lot of chemistry. So what we got to understand is, we had 2 days to get ready. They had 1. Sometimes it works when you have a little bit of rhythm, but we got to understand personnel better. I mean, we talked, pretty much all week about Tate Jones. He can't shoot, but he gets 20 in 8. I've talked to 5 coaches and said, Coach, you will look at the stat sheet after the game. He will have 18 to 20 points, and he won't make a 3. Sure enough, 20 points, 6 rebounds. That's what he did. So there's a lot to learn from this, for sure.
Close games like this, you can nitpick all sorts of little things, free throws, like you said, a few turnovers. But also it was a stretch, I thought, in the first half, we had forced 4 turnovers, but didn't get any points from that.
Yeah, you got to get out. You got to run. You got to spray the ball ahead, right? You got to share it a little bit better, and just you can't have 14 turnovers. We forced 17. That's what's crazy. But we've been playing against this for 7 years. I did this against Northern Kentucky, and it's one of those games you feel helpless as a coach. If you don't know basketball, you have no idea what I'm talking about. But it doesn't matter what you call. It's very, very difficult to execute against this type of defense. And I knew it for 48 hours, and I feel bad I couldn't help them any better.
Some wild moments at the end, especially after Carson hit that 3. What were your thoughts there on that?
Yeah, I mean, our guys aren't going to give up. Our guys are pretty tough, resilient kids. There's a reason we won 10 games in a row. We were one of the last 6 teams to do it in the country. It's hard to do day in and day out. It doesn't matter who you're playing. And I knew my guys wouldn't give up. Did I think some of those plays would go our way? Probably not. But what Carson Templin's showing is if you just, do the right things, you play hard, you listen, you're coachable, good things are going to happen to you. And I think he's really made that next step. I think Mason has done the same. And he deserves what he's getting right now. And, he ended up getting 18 and 6 and was just tremendous.
A weird moment, too, when he was upside down there.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying out for our gymnastics team or what. I don't know if Kristen was in the stands or not, but that was weird.
Defensively, free throws haven't really been a problem for this team so far this season. Here you give up 27. What were they doing to get into the paint and to get those opportunities?
Tough game to call, I thought. To be honest with you, it's a physical game, back and forth. I knew this game would come down to the last 4 minutes. I've been saying it for 48 hours. Whatever team makes a couple winning plays is going to win this game. That's how much I think they're really good. We got beat on the second shot. It's like you're playing a 3-point shooting team. They're going to shoot 3s. So it's not the first shot that beat you. The 8 of 27 didn't beat us. It was all those extra points they got or fouls that they were drawing on the 3-point shot. When you only have 2 days to prepare for, probably should have went a little harder yesterday with some box outs. And that's kind of makes you sick that we didn't do that. But sometimes, less is better. It's been that way for our group. Maybe more is better this time.
Anything else for Coach?
I've got one more.
Yeah.
Hayden Gray still ends up with the 2 steals, but your main point guards playing in for Drake, only 1 turnover between them. How do you think Jordy and Dayton handled that assignment?
Yeah, they did a good job. I mean, I thought the one positive in this game was Dayton Albury finally, really got downhill. Really did a good job when Drake went out. I think everybody was a little out of whack there for a few minutes when he went down. Jordy's always ready. That kid prepares. I had Joe Mazzulla talk to our guys yesterday, and I thought he made some really good points on a Zoom call. He doesn't tell his guys when they're going to play. Most guys in the NBA, they have a sub pattern, and our guys kind of know a little bit. But Jordy could sit for 5 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. The kid's going to be ready to play. He was in absolute tears after a game. He's a freshman. He's on a 10-1 team that, a few months ago he was on a walk-on, as a walk-on, and now he's starting and playing in huge games. So, testament to him and his work ethic and just the character that he brings.
What is your message to the guys after the game?
Yeah, I told him you have to have some humility when you win. You have to have humility when you lose, and you have to give credit where credit's due. This is a good basketball team. This is like a top 50 Ken Palm team. This is not like just because they're in some conference that's not as rated high as ours. You watch what I tell you, they're going to win a ton of basketball games. So, first of all, you got to give them credit, but then you can't be happy. You can't sit around and losing is unacceptable. There's a standard here that has been in place. We don't lose in the spectrum. We don't lose. Period. So we've got to come out of this understanding. We got to have urgency the next 3 games. It's a gauntlet. There's no doubt about it. St. Mary's top 30, San Diego State top 25, and then Nevada, right? So, there's no, we knew this stretch was coming. All right, guys.